Welcome to Reynolds Community College. My name is Dr. Wendy Bolt, and I'm your Dean of Students. And this is the Reynolds Safe Return to Campus training. Some of you are brand new to Reynolds, and others of you are returning students. No matter who you are, we're glad that you're here. This training is required for all students, regardless of the way you will take classes. At the end of this training, you'll be required to sign a student health and safety agreement that confirms your completion and understanding of your responsibilities. As you know, we're experiencing some very challenging times as a result of navigating the COVID-19 pandemic. Our number one priority is to ensure your health and safety and that of all members of our campus and community. While the majority of your classes are offered in a virtual environment, we have some courses that require some in-person instruction. As you know, you can receive all services virtually. However, you may decide that you need to come to campus for a specific service or support. This training will equip you with the information designed to educate you on COVID-19 and the important role each of us must play in promoting a safe environment. Specifically, the purpose of this training is to raise awareness about the COVID-19 illness and transmission, to outline precautions the college has in place to reduce the spread of COVID-19, to review the 4 W's and your responsibilities to reduce the spread of COVID-19, and to encourage you to stay informed. Preventing the spread of COVID-19 is the responsibility of each and every person who enters the doors of Reynolds Community College. So let's discuss your role in stopping the spread. COVID-19 is a novel coronavirus that manifests itself in symptoms that can range from those that are mild to those that are life-threatening. Symptoms may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure to the virus. As of this training, and according to the Center for Disease Control, otherwise known as CDC, people with the following symptoms may have COVID-19: fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, nausea or vomiting, or diarrhea. While this list is comprehensive, it may also change as we learn more about the virus. A person with the following symptoms should seek emergency medical care immediately: trouble breathing, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion, inability to wake or stay awake, bluish lips or face. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, call 911 or call ahead to your local emergency facility. Please make sure to notify the operator that you're seeking care for someone who has or who may have COVID-19. COVID-19 is thought to spread mainly through close contact from person to person, between people who are in close contact with one another within about 6 feet, through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. COVID-19 may be spread by people who are not showing symptoms. In general, the more closely a person interacts with others and the longer that interaction, the higher the risk of COVID-19 spread. It may also be possible that the person can get COVID-19 by touching a surface or object that has the virus on it, and then touching their own mouth, nose, or possibly their eyes. This is not thought to be the main way the virus spreads, but we are still learning more about how the virus does spread. Your health and safety and that of members of our entire college community are paramount. So let me tell you a little about what Reynolds is doing to promote a safe campus climate. We're providing check-in points at our buildings. Only students with IDs, prospective students, and those conducting business are permitted in buildings. For the most part, only one entrance will be available, and signage will direct you to that appropriate door. Staff will frequently clean classrooms, restrooms, common areas, and high-touch workspaces based on CDC guidelines. You'll find hand sanitizer stations throughout all of the buildings. Cleaning supplies will be provided in the computer lab, allowing students to clean their keyboards before and after usage. And equipment used in face-to-face classes, such as simulation equipment, will also be cleaned in between student use. Students in these classes will be provided a kit or reusable bag containing masks, sanitizers, and alcohol wipes for their individual use. We will post updates and reminders on our websites. We will send periodic email and/or text messages on any changes, and we will require compliance of the 4 W's by the entire campus community. You might ask, what are the 4 W's? Self-wellness check, wear a face covering, wash your hands, and watch your distance. So let's talk a little bit about each one of those. Self-wellness checks. Everyone coming to campus for any reason will first conduct a daily online health screening by completing the CDC self-check questionnaire. A link to that questionnaire can be found on the student agreement form, and it's also available in the LiveSafe app located on the student agreement form. Individuals who are not feeling well should not come to campus. If you have symptoms, are not feeling well, have been exposed to someone with COVID-19, or have been diagnosed with COVID-19, you should not come to campus. If you find yourself in any of these situations, stay home and follow the guidance of your medical provider. You must take care of yourself first and foremost. Contact your instructor to request instructional accommodations. If you're unable to reach your instructor, please contact me, your Dean of Students, at deanofstudents@reynolds.edu. As your Dean of Students, I will work with our Human Resources Department to notify the appropriate local health department who will contact you directly for any contact tracing information if you have been diagnosed with COVID-19 or been exposed to someone who has. Contact the Dean of Students office before returning to campus, as you will need to either provide a doctor or health professional note to verify that you have fully recovered or confirm that you are 10 days post-diagnosis with no symptoms if you've been diagnosed with COVID-19. If you have potentially been exposed to COVID-19, you will need to confirm that you are 14 days post-exposure with no current symptoms. Wear a face covering. A face covering is required for entry to any campus building, and all students, faculty, staff, and visitors are required to wear a face covering for the duration of their time in any campus building, with the exception of faculty and staff alone in their office with the door closed. Face coverings include a face mask, a face shield, or scarf that fully covers your nose and mouth. Face coverings must be worn at all times when on campus, including outside, in public areas such as classrooms, hallways, restrooms, elevators, and offices, as well as inside individual office suites. For faculty and staff, face coverings must be worn in offices unless the employee is in their office alone with the door closed. Please note that if you wear a disposable mask, it should only be worn for 1 day and then must be placed in the trash and replaced with a new one. Any student requesting an accommodation for the face covering policy based on a documented medical condition must make that request to the Office of Student Accommodations at osa@reynolds.edu. Policy 115, eligibility of students with disabilities to receive accommodations, will guide any request for this type of accommodation. Failure to wear your face covering will be considered a violation of the Student Code of Conduct and will be addressed via the Student Code of Conduct, which is Policy 135. Wash your hands. Wash your hands and don't touch your face. Frequent and thorough hand washing is very important in decreasing the spread of COVID-19. Watch your distance. All employees, students, visitors, and guests are expected to practice social distancing by maintaining a distance of 6 feet physical and social distance from each other, except in spaces where desk shields are located. Workspaces and classrooms will be adjusted to maintain the 6-foot separation or utilize staggered schedules to minimize contact. This means you may see some desks or chairs that have been removed to provide that physical spacing. In instances where desks or chairs cannot be removed, you will find seats marked off, so please do not sit in those spaces. Other places on campus that have been adjusted to promote that 6 feet distance include bathrooms and elevators, and office areas where we have markings on the floor to help you identify what 6 feet away from a desk would be. You will not have to remember all of this, as we'll have signage all over campus guiding you. Just make sure to pay attention to that signage. We normally work really hard to encourage you to stay on campus. However, during COVID-19, you'll be unable to hang out on campus. Only students attending campus classes or coming for services should be on campus at this time. Again, this is for everyone's safety. Reynolds Community College will follow the governor's executive order regarding any shutdowns or change in phases. Reynolds is prepared to move individuals back to or away from our campuses as Virginia public health restrictions adapt to any changes in our local situation. Please make sure to check the Reynolds COVID-19 website often and your college email on a daily basis in order to stay informed. If we needed to reach you to disclose that you may have been exposed to someone on campus who has COVID-19, we will do so via your VCCS email account. Additionally, please sign up to receive Reynolds alerts at www.reynolds.edu. You will find resources on our COVID-19 website, including links to CDC guidelines, FAQs, campus updates, and a host of resources to help support you this semester. We remain dedicated to doing everything we can to keep our campus safe during these unprecedented times and ask that you do everything that you can to keep yourself and others around you safe as well. Remember the 4 W's: wellness check, wear a face covering, wash your hands, watch your distance. This concludes your Reynolds Safe Return to Campus training. If you've not completed your health agreement, please do so now. Take care, be well, and keep moving forward to achieve your educational goals. And always remember, we are here for you.